But I wish I could talk to Alex, but I'm going to ask you as a brother and a friend to kind of take him under a wing and say, look, I understand your outrage, and I don't mind you expressing your outrage, but there's only one flaw with that. If you scream and holler at us that the Homeland Security's got 6 billion rounds of ammunition, that's fine. But find out who is manufacturing it for them? Where are the deliveries being sent? Where are the weapons being cached? You say there's FEMA camps. Let's get the locations of them so that at least, if we know where they're hiding all this stuff, we can avail themselves of it. Where are the MRAPs being stored and stashed?
Well, we know where the MRAPs are being stored and stashed. Are being stored at your local police department because they want you, the people in each town, the police department in each town, the taxpayers who support that, they want them to pay for the upkeep and maintenance of it. They're pre-positioning that stuff, and they want the local taxpayers to do the upkeep. They have tremendous maintenance costs for these vehicles because they were rushed into the battle at a last minute without a lot of preparation. They're poorly designed. They don't last very well. They have tremendous maintenance costs, so they basically send these white elephants, literally white elephants, to the local police departments. They have to maintain these things and keep them in working order because they still belong to the Department of Defense, and the Department of Defense is going to swoop in and use them whenever they feel like it. That's the whole point of that. And of course, the ammunition that you're talking about, that's coming out for Homeland Security. They're buying that ammunition. That is coming out of the general public fund. That's why we had increases in ammunition costs, why we had shortages of ammunition. The military makes their own ammunition, but of course Homeland Security is going into the marketplace and buying that up. So that's creating another issue. And of course, that's one of the things that's changed. They understand, as the author from Wolverton from the New American magazine, John Birch Society, when I talked to him last week, he said, a gun, of course, without any ammunition is nothing but a club. And they understand that. That's why this administration has been moving against ammunition in a way that you've never seen that happen before. It's always been, well, this gun looks a little bit scary, so let's ban this gun, let's ban that gun. Piecemeal infringement of the right to keep and bear arms. But no, if they go after the ammunition, if they make that expensive or impossible to get, that's when they really shut you down. And, of course, that's why it's a key component of the UN Arms Trade Treaty. They're coming after not only just all private ownership of guns, but also all ammunition, all parts. You can't move anything across the borders. You can't, and of course, setting up a registry to spy on everybody. That's where this all goes down, is a registry to spy on people. Earlier in the day, I talked about how Prime Minister Abe of Japan has put this new law in that is going to allow civil servants, people who work for the government, to be sent to prison for 10 years if they leak state secrets. Well, guess what? Everything is a state secret. The mother of the 12-year-old who had the BB gun, who was shot, said at the funeral, "You're not James Bond. You don't have a license to kill." That's true, but they see themselves as James Bond. They think they've got a license to kill, and they think everything is a state secret. Let me tell you, every time we go to talk to anybody, it doesn't matter how low down they are at local government or what, everybody thinks they've got state secrets. Everybody acts like the CIA used to be the only one to act like. They all act like that. Here's a comment from Japan, though. The reason I bring this back up, I didn't talk about this when I first brought this up. Critics of Japan's state secret law say this marks a return to the days of Japanese militarism. A return to militarism. That is what is at the basis of all of this stuff. As Joe Biggs was talking about, it's training. They're training us as well as the police, as well as the military. They're training us to not have any dignity so that we won't have any freedom. It is about militarism, and it is militarism that is coming home. If you think America is just awesome, like that Fox News commentator kept saying the other day, that's all she could say. Ignore this torture report. We're just awesome. Everything about us is, we got to play that when we come back from the break. But it's just, everything is awesome, then you don't realize that this is training for America. Joe Biggs and I have walked through one of the training facilities. We've seen it. You ought to be afraid of what is coming. It's very clearly coming. We've seen this movie before. We know how it ends. And let me tell you how it ends. It ends with you guys going up before the people in a trial. You who are pulling this off. That's how it's going to end ultimately. But a lot of innocent people are going to die in the meantime. We've got to get control of this. We'll be right back.
Yes, family and friends are gathering to give gifts and wish health and security. But why not enhance cell phone and wireless device security all year with Block It Pocket? A family-owned American business, we now have 2 spectacular holiday specials. Find them now at our new website, blockitpocket.com, or call 888-315-9618. Hurry, holiday special ends Christmas Day. Give the gift of security from blockitpocket.com. Wishing you health, freedom, and liberty.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
2015 is almost here, and with it comes those New Year's resolutions to finally transform your body the way you want it. There's a reason over 88% of New Year's resolutions fail. Make this year different by equipping yourself with Oxy Powder, the next level in cleansing the body naturally. Using super oxygenation, Oxy Powder, available through InfoWarsLife.com, gently cleanses the body while you sleep with easy capsules. Tens of thousands of individuals have used Oxy Powder to cleanse their bodies and aid in their transformations. Even InfoWars Nightly News Director Rob Dew has been using Oxy Powder with incredible success.
Took it that first day, then I took it for 6 more days after that. 12 pounds melted off in about a week. I'd say a week, 7 days.
2015 can be different. Diet and exercise are important, but a lot of us have already tried that. Oxy Powder flushes it out. Secure your Oxy Powder at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139.
So you don't want to carry a gun, but you do want to ensure your personal safety. Then empower yourself legally with self-defense products from StunGunMikes.com. Stun guns come in more shapes than just what you see on TV. Now you can get a powerful mini stun gun that fits in the palm of your hand, a stun baton, or a cell phone or lipstick stun gun. StunGunMikes.com also carries real spy gear like bug and metal detectors and discreet car and home security cameras that hide in almost any type of everyday object, from alarm clocks to pens. Now you can see how your babysitter really treats your children. Go to StunGunMikes.com, spelled just like it sounds. StunGunMikes.com. Buy real spy gear from StunGunMikes.com, just like the exact same spy gear sold to the government, military, corporate security, law enforcement, and private detectives. Empower yourself with self-defense products now from StunGunMikes.com.
We've had an amazing year here at Supernatural Silver. We've truly enjoyed the fantastic response from thousands of people as they've tried our extraordinary product, and we're thrilled at the life-changing results people have. Our company email is continually full of happy, satisfied customers who thank us for the help they've received from Supernatural Silver. This holiday season, as you think of gifts to give your loved ones, consider giving Supernatural Silver, a gift that can help provide good health and wellness, a gift that can change lives and make a real difference. In a world where we are constantly exposed to dangerous health threats, give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Give Supernatural Silver. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code HOLIDAY2014 for 30% off. And this holiday season, we wish you and yours the blessings of peace and good health from all of us here at supernaturalsilver.com.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, your host today. We're going to go back to your calls. Just wanted to go over this report again from the person who took Obama to task. You got yet another heckler. Whenever he gets these hecklers that are pro-illegal immigration, and he gets flustered, and that's when he says things like, hey, I changed the law for you. Well, this particular guy came after him as an anchor from Fusion and said, you're saying you always had the legal authority to stop deportations? Then why did you deport 2 million people? Why didn't you stop it, he says. And then Obama goes back and forth with him, gets kind of flustered. Of course, Obama has said on more than 20 occasions that he didn't have the authority to do that. When somebody else took issue with him, he said, hey, I changed the law for you. Then he came back and said, no, I didn't really change the law. But then he ends with this. He says, I just want you to work with me and make sure that immigrants know what their opportunities are and how they can take advantage of them. You know, opportunities like being able to get in-state tuition, even though they haven't been paying taxes like citizens. They just come into this country, and of course they can get in-state tuition anywhere they want to go because they're illegal aliens. They're above the law. They're also going to be able to get Social Security and Medicare benefits. And of course, our Republicans that we just sent back didn't waste any time in betraying the voters who sent them back. They were supposed to stop this. They were supposed to stop Obamacare, stop the funding, do something to push that back, but they didn't do anything. They're funding Obamacare, they're funding the amnesty, and of course they're funding their campaign contributions, raising that by a factor of 10, what the limits used to be to the Republican and Democrat national committees. They raised it from $32,000 to $324,000. And there are another couple of gifts for the big bankers that own them, that they work for, giving them FDIC protection for their derivatives casino game. Once again, they're going to socialize the losses while these guys privatize the profits, and then allowing big corporations to basically renege on their pension plans. Do you think we're going to get our Social Security if they're going to allow private pension plans to be reneged on? Of course we're not. There's not going to be any money for Social Security. 20 years ago, there were more people believed in space aliens and believed they were going to get Social Security when they died. And I'm sure that it's much worse than that now. Let's go back to your calls. Let's go to Kevin in West Virginia. Kevin?
How are you, Mr. Knight?
Doing fine.
I have a question about Social Security, and it also ties in with Obamacare death panels. I'm on Social Security SSI because I'm blind, and I only get $700 a month. And I feel bad for even getting that because I know there's stuff out there that I can do. And it also ties in with the death panels because is there going to be a day when they come and say, oh, well, you're not useful for the state, we're just going to euthanize you now?
Well, precisely, Once the government pays for your health care, then, of course, they can come in and make demands, as they're already doing. We see Michelle doing about, I think you're getting too much sugar. You're getting too much salt. I don't think you're healthy enough. So I'm going to ban this. I'm going to ban that. And if that doesn't work, if you're somebody that they don't think is useful, as you point out, if you're blind or you've got some kind of physical infirmity or you're older, it's just Soylent Green time because you're just a drag on their taxpayers.
It scares me.
Yeah. It's very troubling. That's one of the reasons why, again, it is eventually going to go down to death panels, and they're going to be able to decide who gets treatment and who doesn't, under what terms. We've had entitlement programs in the past. Well, this is going to be an unentitlement program. And that's one of the reasons why, and certainly I would not begrudge you any Social Security benefits that you get. I think the sad thing is, again, talking about the churches, that individuals and that churches have essentially given up, and in many cases, some of them are activists for trying to expand the welfare state. It needs to be done privately. It needs to be done by Christians. That's the way you get rid of the fraud. That's the way you help people who really need it, is on a one-to-one basis. And if it's done by individuals, I don't think you're going to see this kind of death panel approach where we say, well, we just don't want to. Anybody that fits into this pigeonhole, we're not going to give them any health care whatsoever. That's the real danger. That's why we don't want to see government in control of this. Let's go to Eric in Pennsylvania. Eric.
Mr. Knight, nice speaking with you today.
Thank you for calling.
Just wanted 3 quick things. That last caller, don't feel bad. It's not your fault that you're blind. If you're taking, getting $700 a month, it's not your fault. You can't look at it that way.
Absolutely.
We all know. We're looking at the people that are, basically we call them deadbeats, the guys that don't want to work. Those are the people that are capable and they're not working. Those are the ones that should feel ashamed for themselves, just like Obama. That guy, shame on him. The guy is not a team player.
Hang on, we got to go. We got to go to a break. Hang on, I'll take you right after the break. We'll continue with your call. That's precisely it. The fact that they're going to bring in people from all over the world. It's not just Central and South America, all over the world, on the welfare program. It's Cloward and Piven. It's designed to take this country down, to destroy it so they can rebuild it into whatever they want. We'll be right back.
We're on the march.